Is that the Dunloy team has program, is it? Supposed to be. We know them sailing inside. And Mark O'Neill gets the 2017 Senior Hurling Championship between Cushendall, Rory and Dunloy. Hurling's underway, and right away it's a free to Cushendall right on the halfway line. And Neil McManus, who seems to have taken up a position at corner forward, ambles out to take this free. Really perfect conditions here in Ballycastle today. Never saw it so mild, and no wind blowing whatsoever. Perfect conditions for a free taker. Neil lines up the shot. Strikes and hits it left and wide. Well, really one that Neil would be expecting. Slight bit of nervousness about that. Didn't really look confident from the off, and it's Ryan Elliott pucks the ball out on his right hand side. It's dropping, pulled on there, but it comes through to David Kearney. David Kearney finds centre half, Paddy Burke sends it up in. Out there comes Sean McAfee. Sean McAfee is well taken by Phelan Duffin. Phelan Duffin going out the right hand side. Looks to bring and play Nigel Elliott. Nigel Elliott looks to go past Sean Delargy, but Sean Delargy gets back at him there, collects the ball and is on his way out. Looks back behind him, and there's Paddy Burke again, who's very influential in the early stages. Ball bursts through. Slight impediment there of Aidan O'Neill, but Aidan McNaughton still wins the ball back. And Kevin Malloy's coming out with the ball out the left hand side here. Looking up, looks in and sends a high ball in round his square. That could fall to Nigel Elliott. Instead it comes to Conal Cunning. Conal Cunning looks around him, goes one way, then comes back into his inside, lifts and strikes. And two umpires look at each other, and it's wide. A wide apiece here. Well, both teams have good opportunities there to score. 2 minutes gone, score still 0 each. Owen Gillen sends the ball around the halfway mark. That's well blocked down there, but it comes to Aaron Graffin. Aaron Graffin collects the ball, goes past two men, looks up, sends it in, only as far as Paddy McGill. Paddy McGill looks to break it through to Sean McAfee. Instead it breaks rather fortuitously there to Ed McNaughton, but he can't get to it. Instead it breaks out to Keelan Malloy, but he runs over the top of it. And again it's Kevin, seems to lift the ball, and Kevin gets a free. Mark O'Neill says there's impediment by Cushendall there. Cushendall, one change from the semi-final. Into the team comes young Fergus McNaughton, and it's Cormac McClafferty who's made way for him. Has to be taken by Paul Shields. Strikes it in. Sorry, not Paul Shields, Kieran Elliott. Very good, and sends it over the bar. 1 point to no score for Dunloy. And we played just over 3 minutes. Owen Gillen to pick out someone, but it goes over the head, and that's well brought down. And going through. Good take there by Kevin Malloy, but it's well blocked instead by Donald McNaughton. Dunloy throwing up here, but good blocking by the Cushendall backs, but can't get the ball up cleanly. Owen Campbell eventually does and heads out the left hand side, but then turns to his right and plays it out to Conor Carson. Conor Carson plays it through to young Fergus McCambridge. He plays it up to Paddy McGill. Paddy McGill's under serious pressure there for Moran Quinn, but eventually ball breaks through there. It's coming through, but Conor McKinley breaks the ball out football style, breaks it up to Gabriel McTaggart, but he can't get control of it. Instead it's Fergus McCambridge, does very well, scrambles the ball out here to midfield partner Aidan McNaughton, but that's well taken away from him by Keelan Malloy. Sends it up into those forwards. Out there is Owen O'Neill, looks around, sends it in and sends it over the bar. Dunloy race into a 2 point lead. 2 points plays, no score. Quick puck out, but the referee says he wants it taken it again. And that was intercepted there by Conal Cunning, but luckily for Cushendall, the referee says back for the second puck out. Owen Gillen sends it out the left hand side up towards Neil McManus. That comes off Phelan Duffin, breaks instead out towards Kevin McCaig. Kevin McCaig does really well, looks inside and gives it to Keelan Malloy, but the referee says that's a free out. I saw something, I think there was an impediment, much to the dislike of the Dunloy supporters. Five minutes gone, and the score is Gahullions 2 points, Cushendall no score. A lot of tensions amongst both sidelines at the moment. Game really yet still to fire into life. Good movement there by Conor Carson. Comes across, takes it well. Willie McKinley's onto him very quickly. Carson's down, can't get the ball up. Again it's scrambled, and it's Dunloy winning that ball at the moment seemingly, but it's broken again. But the ball comes back there, but Shardy can't get onto it, and instead it breaks out. Good blocking by Paul Shields, doing really well. Plays the ball in, and the referee says that's another free to Cushendall. Well, all a bit helter-skelter out on the far side there, but it results in a free to the Rory Oaks. 7 minutes gone, a lot of different movements here, people changing positions in both forward lines, moving around, backs going with their man, a lot of individual man-to-man marking taking place. Neil McManus took this free for Cushendall. Left on strike, and that one's over the bar to adjust the rears to one. Dunloy 2 points, Cushendall 1 point. Quick puck out there by Ryan Elliott, looks up to see who's on the move. Up comes taken there, well buff David Kearney. That's Keelan Malloy on his bike and going on the left hand side, looking for support. And again, ball's breaked. And again, that's well taken there. Individual, Paul Shields takes it around the middle of the field, looks up, goes again on the second solo run, plays it in, good ball in around the square. Out there comes, and that's just dispossessed of, and the ball's shot over. Wide. Really should have been a score. The Cushendall backs looked a bit nervous there. Had a couple of opportunities to clear it and didn't do so. Paddy Burke meanwhile gets the ball up, But onto it there comes Phelan Duffin. Does well, gets out in front of Neil McManus, gets the ball up as far as McCaig, and the referee says that's a foul by the Cushendall players and it's a free out to Dunloy. Kevin McCaig leaves the free to Paul Shivers. A long way out for Paul Shivers. Again with conditions. Fancy Paul Shields. Thanks. Good strike. Sends it in. Dangerous ball. Edges away and it's wide. Again, looked like it was over the bar, but it wasn't. Owen Gillen launches it straight up the middle. Underneath it there is Kevin Malloy, breaks it down. 3 Cushendall players right, can't get it lifted. Really should have done better, but Aidan McNaughton emerges with the ball, trying to get away from. Lets the ball go, breaks it through towards Paddy McGill, not Cohen Campbell, didn't get it up. Instead it's Stone McNaughton, looks up, sends it in. Sends it flying in and it's wide. Well, really, both sets of forwards haven't got their shooting boots on yet. Both teams' opportunities to extend their score lines and haven't done so. Score remains 9 minutes gone. 2 points to Dunloy, 1 point to Cushendall. Ball out here in front of the stand. Down there it goes, broken down. Trying to get the ball away. Instead it's well picked up there. Ball comes back to Kevin Malloy. Kevin Malloy turns round to his right hand side. Looks in. Good support there from Oren Quinn. Oren Quinn launches the ball up left. Good movement there from Dunloy. Good movement off the ball. Pushed on out. And he's looking in. It's Young Cunning. Plays the ball across, but that's well taken there. And it's launched in and another wide. And really Owen O'Neill should have stuck that one over. Good work by the Dunloy backs to put the ball into space, and forwards created the position, but it's spurned by Owen O'Neill. Really both teams still to settle and play their top draw hurling here. All very nervous and very tentative in the early stages. Owen Gillen again favouring the left hand side, or his left hand side, plays it up, the ball breaks again. Neil McManus this time gets the ball up, looking to find space, looking for support, and eventually it comes there, but it's surrounded by a pile of Dunloy men, and it's Dunloy that emerges with the ball, looking for some support. Ball played in. Ball's up there, well blocked down by Sean Delargy. Comes to Paddy Burke. Paddy Burke, one man, very stalwart there at the moment. Comes through, well played by David Kearney. David Kearney plays it up. That's taken by Paddy McGill. Paddy McGill goes in, looks up and sends the ball over the bar. Good score from Cushendall there. Very good ball by David Kearney, played diagonally into Paddy McGill. Paddy McGill made the space for himself and sent it over the bar. 11, almost 12 minutes gone, and the score is 2 points each. Dunloy just warming somebody up at the moment. Doran Quinn has indicated he's all right to continue. Ryan Elliott with the puck out. Sends it down his right hand side. Players underneath, the ball breaks behind for Sean Delargy to cover in. Sean Delargy goes back, sends it up his left hand side. Good ball underneath it there is Kevin McCaig. Out comes Neil McManus, collects the ball, looks to play in Donal McNaughton. Donal McNaughton fades his man, going in, and rather loose swing there by Paul Shields. That looked loose. And by the referee's indication, it's a free out to Dunloy. And Dunloy have been forced into substitution here. Oran Quinn cannot continue, and Eamon Smith takes his position, number 22. Donal McNaughton gets some running repairs. Strikes. Straight over the crossbar. Good score from Paul Shields. Cuhullions 3 points, Cushendall 2 points, and 16 minutes played on the clock. Again, Owen Gillen goes down his left-hand side. Onto it, there it comes. Again, Cushendall players mulling around each other. David Kearney comes with it. Well taken there. And the referee says there's a trip. Didn't look like a major trip, but the referee has blown. And an opportunity for Neil McManus to level almost straight away. Neil strikes, and looking by Ryan Elliott's stick, that's over the top of the crossbar too. Cushendall equalised. 17 minutes played and the score is 3-all, but we still wait for the game to ignite. Ryan Elliott looks out his left hand side. Both keepers favouring the left hand side at the moment. Up they go. Ball breaks down here in front. On come several plays, well taken there by young Fergus McKimrich. This is possesses the Dunloy forward, but again there's a melee as players try to get it up. Through comes Owen Campbell, but he's well stopped there. Again, some another melee balls in there. Nobody can really pick it up, nobody can take position. The referee says enough, and he's going to throw the ball in between two players. Paddy McGill and Kevin Malloy both wait, but he goes the opposite direction. And the ball breaks out there very nicely for a Dunloy player. And again, players struggling to get the ball up, but there's well taken by Aaron Graff and takes control of the situation. Got up, sends it up the wing shortly here. Sean McPhee there, Conor McKinley's there, does well. Plays it back to James McCaig, but James puts it out over the sideline. Really, really nervous here by some of the most senior players. Neither team, the experienced men, have really settled here to play the hurling we would expect from two of the top drawer teams in Antrim. Sideline for Cushendall to be taken here by Owen Campbell. Good cut from Owen Campbell, right up in there for Neil McManus. McManus comes across, controls a very bouncy ball, steps inside his man, looks up, and that looks to be tailing to the left and wide. Looked to be gone over, but then just at the last moment tailed off and went left of the upright, and no score. Score remains at 3 points each. Both teams spurning chances here. Ryan Elliott goes down the right hand side this time. Paddy Burke's underneath it, Gabriel McTaggart breaks in behind, and Paddy Burke first react, sends the ball up there to Donal McNaughton. Donal McNaughton plays the ball on up. Underneath there was Sean McAfee. Kevin McCaig does really well. On his way out with the ball, looks up, sends it up. Good play by James McCaig there. Got to the ball and played it up in. Again, ball breaks. Again, we're into another one of these huddles. Neither sets of players can get control of it. Eventually Marty Burke does. Short sticks the ball up and around the middle of the field. Ball breaks there. Ball comes through. And comes Aidan McNaughton. Does well to lift that ball in very small space. Looks out. Sees the support of Donal McNaughton. Donal McNaughton steps inside. Looks up. Sends a great ball flying in there. And sends it wide. Really, both teams missing easy scores here. Ones that you'd expect them to notch over. Conditions really perfect for score takers today. That ball breaks down by Graffin. Fergus McKimmich does well, plays it up the wing. Up there goes Neil McManus, occupying a more central role here. And that comes off. Well played by young Phelan Duffin, and sideline to Dunloy. This to be taken by Kevin Malloy. Not such a good sideline. Comes to Paddy McGill. Paddy McGill looks inside. Up there comes Owen Campbell. Burks comes through. Plays the ball. Again, Dunloy supporters looking for saying that he's holding the ball too long. Dunloy ball. A lot of shouting at referee here about Mark O'Neill trying to keep a hold on the whole thing. Easier out here than it is in the middle. Though to be fair, both teams are playing hurling. Kevin Malloy, not for the first time today, takes the sideline. Better sideline this time. Plays up. Again, nobody really taking control of it. A lot of broken ball, lots of Cushendall ball, and the linesman indicates that. Owen Campbell to take the sideline for Cushendall. Flies it across, slow across the ground. Donald McNaughton doesn't take control of it. It's well out by Kevin Malloy. Plays it up to Conor McKinley. Conor McKinley runs into traffic, but then wheels round to his left and clears it up the left-hand side. Ball breaks down. Well taken by Owen O'Neill. Steps inside. Looks up and sends it wide. Conal Cunning it was. Came to Owen Gillen. He plays it up to Donald McNaughton. Donald McNaughton takes control of the ball. Plays it inside rather loosely. Ball comes again. First touch of either team isn't as you would expect at this stage. Again, players trying to get him. Out comes Kieran Elliott, comes out with the ball. In steps Aaron Graffin, does well to play it towards Aidan McNaughton. The referee has indicated there was a foul on Aaron Graffin and has given the advantage. Really, first touch from both teams hasn't been of the standard you would expect. Bliss free, played across there. Ball comes to, and the referee says 2 players. And Dunloy man went down on the ball, and really nothing else the referee could do. Ball breaks, comes to Conor Carson. Plays loose pass. Again, all very loose, all very much. Neil McManus comes from far out. Doesn't, the ball's nicked away from, comes back to Neil McManus. Steps back inside, looks up and plays the ball through to young Fergus McCambridge. Looks up, sends the ball in. Great score from Fergus McCambridge. Terrific score from the young man, well fed by Neil McManus. Good running off the ball by McCambridge. Cushendall take the lead. 4 points, plays 3. Quick puck out there to Phelim Duffin. Phelim sends the ball up, looking for his forwards. Underneath it there is Aaron Graffin. Looks inside, plays the ball up, comes to Owen Campbell. Owen Campbell's quickly closed down there, but he plays the ball up and Neil McManus comes to take it. Looks inside, plays the ball to Fergus McCambridge. Fergus McCambridge coming through, and Fergus McCambridge takes his second point. Good play from Cushendall, their best plays of the first half. Up until that it had been very broken and disparate, but that's 2 good plays from Neil McManus and Fergus McCambridge. Ending in scores, Cushendall now 5 points, Dunloy 3 points. 24 and a half minutes played here in the first half. Ball breaks down, Graffin's underneath it, the ball breaks out to Nigel Elliott. Nigel Elliott goes one way, then the next, and Sean Delargy fouls, and the referee says it's a free in to Dunloy. Good darting run there from Nigel Elliott, and he drew the foul off Sean Delargy, and no doubt it'll be Paul Shields, better known as Shorty, to take this free. Move into the last 5 minutes of this game. I'm sure there'll be a considerable amount of injury time, but the scoreline really reflects the quality of the hurling so far. And Paul Shields dispatches it over the bar, reduces the rears to the minimum. Rory Oak 5 points, Dunloy 4 points. Neither team has really threatened yet in terms of goals. Owen Gillen lofts it out. It's hanging in the air. People are underneath it. The ball drops. Again, players trying these skirmishes to get the ball up, and virtually impossible. Out comes Chrissy Brogan, gets it back to Conor McKinley. Conor McKinley feeds it back to Paul Shields. Paul Shields very quickly plays up to Conning steps in, looks up, sends the ball in. That looks to be short and goes harmlessly wide. Again, a good attack from Dunloy, yields nothing. Really should have done better with that. Good ball played out by Paul Shields there into space. Very clever ball, but Dunloy forwards did not avail of it. Owen Gillen again favouring up the middle this time. Again, people come underneath it. We get into another one of these rucks. The ball broken through by Owen Campbell. Gets the ball up, can't get it in his hand. Looks around, looks in and dispatches the ball over the bar. Good score from Owen Campbell. Broke his own ball, moved on to it, and with utmost ease dispatches it over the bar. Score now, Cushendall 6 points, Dunloy 4 points. Good movement there from Dunloy. Again, the ball breaks through. McKay plays it back out here. Gable Murtaggart plays it up the left-hand side. And again, Cushendall players, 2 people go for the same ball. And that's well dispossessed there by David Kearney, because two brothers, the Burkes, had run into each other. Ball's played high across the square. That's well taken by Owen Gillen. Feeds it out to Sean Delargy. Sean Delargy plays it by to Ryan McCambridge. Again, Cushendall here play it dangerously out, but get it back to Sean Delargy. And Sean Delargy clears the ball up. The ball comes and the referee says there's a free happened in there, and he's given the free where the ball has landed to Cushendall. And really in this first half there's been neither for either set of supporters to get really excited about. Neil McManus lifts, strikes, and this time over the bar. Different result for Neil. Cushendall extend their lead to 7 points, plays 4. Ryan Elliott wanted to take it quick there, but didn't see the necessary movement that he required up the field. Reassessing the situation. Goes out his right again. High lobbing ball. Underneath it there is Neil McManus. Again looking, sends a good ball up his right hand side up towards Paddy McGill. Paddy McGill breaks the ball. Second attempt, gets onto it, looks up to see where the movement is. Again, ball played in towards Donal McNaughton. Donal McNaughton comes onto the ball. Doesn't get it up. Good play by Phelan Watts. Phelan Duffin. 32 minutes gone on the boom. Eamon Smith to take the free for Dunloy. Goes well back into the corner. We'll look to land this one around the danger area for Dunloy. Good looking free. Making its way up the field. Posse of players underneath it. The ball breaks loose. Several players try to get on. Breaks to Owen O'Neill. O'Neill looks to come inside. Sends it out there. Up comes Jim McKay, but that's well taken away from him by Paddy McGill. Played well back there, looking to send it up to Neil McManus. Does so. Neil McManus breaks the pass. Looks for the runner from Ryan McCambridge, who's well up the pitch. Plays the ball back to Neil McManus. Neil McManus looks up. That looks to be halfway. It's dropping in round the square. And again, well taken by Well blocked down by Donald McNaughton. McKay gets the second bite, looks up for the support, goes past the support, comes to Paddy McGill instead. Paddy McGill looks up, sends the ball in, lobbing in around the square, and that's wide. Opportunity for Cushendall, goes a begging again. Good play from the Cushendall backs there, really moved that ball up very quickly. Out the left hand side this time. Ball sails through, broken down, comes on to Paul Shields. Paul Shields making his way from Fergus McCambridge. Steps inside, looks to play on his man. Again, that's Chrissy Brogan. Chrissy looks up, plays it in, but it's in short. Then comes forward, and that's a good block by Owen Gillen. Does a very good save there, but can't get the ball away. This is danger for Cushendall. Ball's in around the thing. Out comes with the ball Owen Campbell. Doesn't get the ball up, and the referee says he's fouled. Silly foul from Dunloy players there because Cushendall were under pressure. Really brilliant save there from Owen Gillen. First time either team has really broken through 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and Dunloy couldn't avail of it. Score remains 7-4 in favour of Cushendall, and we've now played over 4 minutes of injury time. Sean Delargy to take the free for Cushendall, and indeed that is the last action of the first half. Low scoring, tentative, very nervous affair, neither team really breaking into their stride, so hopefully we look forward to a much better second half. And referee Mark O'Neill gets the second half underway. 2 substitutions at half time there. Nicky McKay on for Dunloy at wing forward, and Cormac McClafferty on for Cushendall at corner of the forward. Seems to have replaced Donald McNaughton. Free to Cushendall. Neil McManus, just like the first half, and early opportunity here to extend the lead for the Royals. Lifts, strikes, that looks to be way to the right and wide. Really needs to be taking those opportunities. Ryan Elliott looks for the short puck out. Finds Jim McCaig there, that's well intercepted by Neil McManus. Trying to play the ball, one back by Dunloy. Kevin Lloyd is really well. Runs it back, looks up, sends it up the wing. Through to Gabriel McTaggart. Gabriel McTaggart looks on, plays a diagonal ball across. Aidan McNaughton's onto that. Lifts the ball, does very well. Wheels away to his left hand side. Plays the ball through, but only straight to the Dunloy man. The Dunloy man's come through is Paul Shields. Paul Shields plays the ball through. Again, that's well met by Ryan. Sends the ball out. Good ball out to the corner flag here. And again, that's stayed in there by. And again, Conal Cunning comes through. And again, plays, good save there, but put out. Well, Colin Cunning really burst into life there, good shot. But Owen Gillen was equal to it and pushed it out round the post. 70-65 to be taken by Paul Shields. Well, there's a livelier field to the start here at the beginning of the second half. 2 minutes gone. That makes 37 altogether. Paul Shields strikes and sends it over the bar. Difference between the sides now is 2 points. 7 plays 5. Owen Gillen to take the puck out for Cushendall. Right up the middle, sending it right up and round the danger area. Underneath it there is Sean McAfee, but that's won again by Paul Shields. Paul Shields looks up, sends a great ball up around his forwards. playing it across there. And again, that's well won away there by Paddy Burke. Nice flick. Sean Delargy plays it up towards Fergal McCambridge, scorer of 2 great points in the second half. But that's won back there by, and the referee says he was fouled. Nigel Elliott won that back for Cushendall. And Dunloy certainly have started the livelier here in the second half. An opportunity for Paul Shields to reduce the lead to 1 point. Left strikes. That looks good. That is over the bar. Score now reads 7 plays 6. Looks like both teams are ready to play hurling here in the second half. Much more lively affair than we ever got during the first 30 minutes. Owen Gillen, busier the 2 keepers here at the beginning. Sends a high lobbing ball out his left. Underneath it again, broken down. That comes to Nigel Elliott. Nigel Elliott playing on number 12 rather than number 10. Makes a long run, sends in, and sends it over the bar. Dunloy looking like a team on a mission here. Score now, Glory Oak 7 points, Dunloy 7 points. Good play from Nigel Elliott. And Paul Shields seems to be the man pulling the strings at the moment. He's been very influential there. Ball again, falling round him. Blocks the ball down round to the middle of the park. Onto it comes Nigel Elliott again. The referee says another pull down from Cushendall. And for Descent, the ball's moved forward. And it's over the bar. Looked to be tailing away to the left, but it's over the bar. And within 5 minutes, not only have Dunloy equalised, they've actually gone into the lead. 8 plays 7. Dunloy in his favour. Ball's taken down there. Cushendall try to win it, but it's all Dunloy at the moment. Again, we're into one of these skirmishes. The ball breaks out there. It's a Dunloy first reacts, and it's back there. Through goes Paddy McGill. Paddy McGill backing up in front. Ground opens out in front of him. Plays it in towards Sean McAfee. Good play there from James McKay. Gets the ball out. Dunloy come out with the ball. Good take there. Well played by Kieran Elliott. Sends the ball out. And again, it's all Dunloy at the moment. That's well taken by Keelan Malloy. Looks up. Sends it in. And sends it over the bar. All going Dunloy's way at the moment. Quick puck out. Again, Ed McNaughton, or Paddy Burke gets it but loses it. Again, good pressure from Dunloy. And again, the referee, it's one of these skirmishes. But it's certainly Dunloy on the attack at the moment. 9 plays 7. Dunloy scored the last 5 points. And we've only played 6 minutes here in the half. Again, that ball breaks out to Fergus McCambridge. Breaks the ball through to Neil McManus. Again, 2 Cushendall players getting each other's road. The ball breaks out. Again, skirmish. But it's Dunloy that emerges with the ball. And again, still on the ball. Cushendall players round there, but Dunloy get bodies round as well. And the ball breaks out, comes towards Ed McNaughton. Ed McNaughton makes his way through. Again, plays it out there towards Conor Carson. Conor Carson gone through now. Looks up, sends it in. Sends it over the bar. We're back to the minimum lead for Dunloy. 9 plays 8. Good play from Conor Carson there. And especially good play from Ed McNaughton. Out comes Keelan Malloy's got the ball. He's gone Shannon. Coming across there is David Kearney, and Keelan sends the ball over the bar. Good score from Keelan. Malloy did very well, rounded his man and then had the composure to send it over the bar. 10 plays 8. Certainly the second half has come to life here. Much better game than we had in the first half. The ball breaks down. Conor Carson's on it again. Can't get it lifted. Again trying to get it up. And the ball is in there. Fergus McCammage is in there. It's another skirmish. Comes out here. Again, people trying to get the ball up but can't get the control of it. And it's all a skirmish. Breaks out. Comes towards Keelan Malloy again. And that's out to Paul Shields. Paul Shields has a look up. Tries to bring into play Conal Cunning gets round, steps round, looks up, sends the ball in, low, high ball, and sends it over the bar. Well, when I say it was low, high, and again, very sharp from Dunloy, out to Paddy Burke. Paddy Burke sends it in, high ball, looks to be going wide, and again it is wide. Score now. Dunloy Cahullans 11 points, Cushendall 8 points. Again, it's that man Paul Shields pulling the strings in the middle of the field, picked out his forward there and played a beautiful ball into him, and young Conal Cunning was equal measure to it, sent it over the bar. Sean goes up, Sean Delargy gets in front of his man, the ball breaks, Sean Delargy's in there, does well to win it, plays it through towards Neil McManus. Neil McManus steps around his man, looks inside, Fergus McCammage again picks it up, but that's well taken down by Dunloy. Dunloy break it out, played up there by Kieran Cunning, ball breaks through, well played there by Paddy Burke, met again, plays it up to Aaron Graffin. Dunloy really honking in packs here at the moment and looking very dangerous. Ball's played out there, played through, and that's sent over the bar. Good play by Owen O'Neill, and Aaron Graffin's down injured at the moment. Dunloy playing very much with a sweeper here in round the backs. Owen Gillen sends it way down his right hand side. Long high lobbing ball in towards Paddy McGill. Paddy McGill can't control it. Comes out towards Nicky McCaig. Nicky McCaig plays it back to Conor McKinley. That's well blocked down there. And there's Conor Carson, Neil McManus. But the linesman says that's the sideline to Dunloy. Kevin Malloy launches a great ball up the wing, but it's out over the sideline, and it'll be a sideline to Cushendall. "12 minutes gone here in the second half. Dunloy with a 4-point lead. Dunloy 12 points, Cushendall 8. Good sideline from Ed McNaughton, plays it across. Fergus McCammage comes to meet it. And again, but it's a Dunloy man that emerges with it. Seems to be in all the 50-50s at the moment. Dunloy are winning them. Played inside there. That's played, but it's played back into trouble. Conor Carson gets to it. Up gets Paddy. And the referee sees that's a free to Cushendall. Well played by Paddy McGill. Neil McManus, an important free to bring Cushendall back to 3. And sends it wide. Not really what Cushendall wanted at this stage. 12 plays 8, and Dunloy still hold the 4-point advantage. Good puck out from young Ryan Elliott. Up around danger territory there. Falls to a Dunloy man yet again. Inside there and looks up. Keelan has, Malloy has all the time in the world. Plays it in there. Cunning is in. And it's a goal. Just crept past. Owen Gillen made a good effort to save it, but it crept past him. Young Conal Cunning gets a decisive score there for Dunloy. 1-12 plays, 8 points. It has been on Dunloy since the start of the second half, and they now find themselves 7 points up taken by Conor Carson. Wheels around to his right. Onto him there is Eamon Smith. Tries to get to him, but Carson's on a run. Looks inside, making to make inroads. And again, broken down there well by Dunloy. And it's a Dunloy man that's coming out with it. Goes back to Ed McNaughton. Ed McNaughton plays it back out to Paddy McGill. Paddy McGill can't control the ball instead. It comes out with it. Kevin Malloy looks up the pitch. Coming across. Looks up. Sends a high ball in round his forwards. That's dangerous looking. Goes up. Takes it well. Young Conor taking it well. Plays it inside towards Nigel Elliott. Nigel Elliott sticks it to the back of the net. 2-12, 18 plays, 8 points, and nothing more than Dunloy deserve here at the beginning of the second half. They're the team with all the ideas, and some slight altercation up here among the forwards, and Mark O'Neill is called a halt. And I think it's Conor McKinley is on the ground at the moment. Well, Dunloy worked both those goals really well. Found their man turned inside and found the spare man, and on both occasions Conal Cunning and Nigel Elliott dispatched the ball to the net. 15 minutes on the clock. Dunloy 2-12, Cushendall 8 points. And truth be told, it has been all Dunloy here in the second half. Well, if they face an uphill battle, they certainly do now, Cushendall. Reduced to 14 men, and they're introducing a couple of substitutes here. Off goes Owen Campbell. And it looks like Ewan McKillop and young Eamon Laverty are on. Good puck out from Owen Gillen, sends it up his right hand side. Underneath it there is Conor Carson, who's looked the one forward that's been on form all day. Sends it in, but sends it right, and really that is the tale of Cushendall today. Forwards have never really got anything up in the scoreboard. Great one there, great fetch by Conor Carson, but couldn't do anything with it. Again, the ball breaks out here. Onto it comes Nigel Elliott. David Kearney still there. Nigel Elliott looking to get the ball up. And again, ball breaks out here in front. Back comes Aidan McNaughton. And the referee says that'll be a free in to Dunloy. A chance for Dunloy to extend their lead even further. 2-12 plays, 8 points. Paul Shields. And sends it over the bar. He certainly found his range. Certainly a big influence here at the start of the second half. Referee wants it back. Too quick from Owen Gillen. 2-13, 19 points. Plays Cushendall 8 points. 11 points the difference. Ball way out the right hand side. That's taken well by Conor Carson, doing very well. Looks in, looks to play his forwards in again. Comes to Paddy McGill, but Paddy McGill can't control it. Instead it's played there well but by McCaig. McCaig plays it out, and Dunloy now starting to play some very vintage hurling here. The ball played up, men running off the ball. That's well taken by Sean Delargy. Does his job well, gets on young Keelan Malloy. Finds the space, sends the ball up. Again taken. And again, Dunloy fighting for every ball, and David Kearney can only put it out over the sideline. Dunloy forwards here fighting for the ball as if their lives depended on it. And in that, young Keelan Malloy seems to have got injured. Paul Shields showing all his experience here today, all his leadership qualities, and also showing how good a hurler he is. Great cut, well taken by Owen Gillen. Looks up to see who he can play. It's Ryan McCambridge. Ryan McCambridge goes up through the gears, looks up, sends a great diagonal ball in. But that's well taken by McCaig. Again, Paul Shields is in there, as he has done all this half, orchestrating everything. Plays the ball out towards Eamon Smith. Eamon Smith plays it up, but one of the few loose balls that Dunloy have played. And again, Ryan McCambridge too slack there. The ball's won by Dunloy, and they really are making Cushendall pay here at the moment. And again, ball breaks through. Cushendall making a lot of work for themselves when they didn't really do. Gavin McTaggart's on his way through, and the referee says that's a free in. Really, the ball should have been cleared at that stage. And young Ali Dewey makes his way into the field. Really too lackadaisical from Cushendall. Ball should have been cleared, wasn't, and now Dunloy have an opportunity to extend it to a 12-point lead. And Gabriel McTaggart's the man making the way. And it's dispatched over the bar. We have played 23 minutes here, 7 minutes remaining. And it's well taken there by Paddy McGill. Plays it inside, but as always, there's a Dunloy man there breaking up the play. Cushendall assemble in numbers. Again, young Cormac Claffey plays the ball back to Conor Carson. Conor Carson looks in and sends the ball over the bar. Only the second point Cushendall have registered in the second half, but 2:14, 20 points, now plays 9. Brings the rears back to 11. Ball round to the wing. Nigel Elliott's underneath it. David Kearney breaks it down. Fergus McCambridge is onto it. Doesn't get it up. Again, pile of hurlers in there, but the ball breaks out. Played through by Dunloy. Nigel Elliott puts it out over the sideline. Comes to Fergus McCambridge, does well. Gets it lifted, goes past his man, does very well in fact. Looks to pick out somebody, looks to pick out Paddy McGill. Paddy McGill lets it run past him, but Eamon Smith's there to cover up for Dunloy. Comes to Conor Carson, makes space for himself, looks up, drops the ball in. That's halfway. It goes into the hands of Ryan Elliott. Ryan Elliott comes out, clears the ball well out his left hand side, taken by again by Fergus McCambridge. Fergus McCambridge steps inside, can't code it and make nothing. And again it's Dunloy coming out with the ball, and the referee says it's a sideline to Cushendall. And we're into the final 5 minutes of the game. 12 points the difference. 11 points the difference. Great sideline, played in around. Cormac McClafferty's there. Ryan Elliott does well to scoop it away out his left hand side. Paddy McGill comes onto it, but again Dunloy backs have stood firm today and they emerge with the ball. Not for the first time. Kevin Malloy comes out with it, looks for support, gets the support from young Keelan Malloy. Keelan Malloy sends it up into the corner. Sean Delargy bats it down to Ryan McCambridge. Ryan McCambridge collects the ball, tries to get around his man, plays it short, and it's out and it's a sideline to Cushendall. Ryan McCambridge doesn't get it up. Comes out, well taken up by Aidan McNaughton there. Launches the ball in round the forwards, but Woody McKinley covers up, plays the ball out. That's well intercepted there by Fergus McCambridge, but the ball breaks out and Dunloy get it out further. Comes as far as Aaron Graffin. Aaron Graffin goes past his man, plays diagonal ball across towards Conor Carson. It's broken down and it's well taken there by Eamon Laverty. Plays it out to Aidan McNaughton. Aidan McNaughton tries to play it in around the square, but that's blocked out by James McCaig. James McCaig plays it out and Nicky McCaig sends it further up the pitch. Underneath it there is Ryan McNaughton, can't get to it. Again, Sean Delargy, last ditch effort there, gets the ball cleared, but it's still dangerous. But that's cleared by Martin Burke, should I say. Plays that in towards brother Paddy. Paddy looks up, sends the ball in around the square. Underneath it's Conor Carson, picks it up and lashes it to the back of the net. But one can only say it's consolation. 1-9 plays 2-14. Fitting that Conor Carson should get that because he has been the one forward today for Cushendall that has really looked hungry and lively and up for the task. Less than 3 minutes of normal time to play. The ball's up around here. Underneath it there is Paddy Burke. Ball breaks, comes to Dunloy. Fergus McCambridge is in there. Swarry of players round it, can't get the ball up. Mark O'Neill looks on. Cushendall looks to get the ball out. Eventually it comes out towards Paddy Burke. Paddy Burke gets onto it. Comes out there, well played through. Comes towards Una McKillop. Una McKillop plays it out left hand side, but it falls to Dunloy man. He picks out Nicky McCaig. Nicky McCaig's in front of goals. Sends it in, sends it left of the upright and wide. 2-14, 20 points, plays 1-9. Ball played out here, comes towards Ed McNaughton, another man who's tried very hard for Cushendall today. Coming in, sends the ball across to Cormac McClafferty. Cormac McClafferty plays it diagonal. Out there it comes and it's played in and it's through, and Jim McKay puts it out over the sideline, end line. Paddy Burke, no doubt, will drop this in around the square. Lifts, that's what it does. It's lobbing in, dangerous ball. Up goes a lot of sticks, clashes. Cushendall man tries to lift when he really should have just pulled on it. And not for the first time today, Dunloy emerged with the ball, and it's Paul Shields who very cleverly looks up, sends it out, and Dunloy clear their lines. Great ball played up, and the line goes. Dunloy going into it. Young Ali D gets into the ball, looking up, sends it in and sends it wide. Dangerous moment for Cushendall's backline there. Referee wants the puck out taken again.
Switch off, come on!
Playing towards Paddy Burke. Paddy Burke again, one thing in his mind, lob it in towards Conor Carson. Locked down. Now playing with sweepers in front of Carson. Ball breaks out there towards Owen O'Neill. Owen O'Neill looks to pick out young Ali Dewey. Ali Dewey's in space, looks up, sends it in, and sends it over the bar. 2:15 now plays 1-9. David Kearney's got it, steps inside, looks up, plays it high, plays it long, again and around the danger area. Ball breaks out to Conor McKinley. Woody on his way out. Woody takes the ball, plays it up. towards young Keelan Malloy. Malloy's making his way through, looks up, halfway there should be Owen Gillens. Owen Gillen comes to takes the ball, looks up, goes through, sends it out his right hand side. That's taken there by Ed McNaughton. Ed McNaughton on a run here, looks up, what's he going to do? Sends it in low. Paul Shields is back in front of his defence. Surely man of the match material there today. Ball again lobbed up, and we're playing the death throes of this game. And again, Cushendall just tried to lob balls in to get the consolation scores. Taken through by Cormac McClafferty. Ball breaks through here. Again, high tackle. The referee says that's a free. Dunloy empty the bench here, knowing full well that they have won this final here very convincingly in the second half. Poor first half from both teams, but a really masterful display here from Dunloy in the second half. Ball driven, and it goes off a Dunloy stick and out over the end line for a 65. A great combination for Dunloy today. Earlier they won the minor championship, and today they won the senior, and they looked a team here that could be around for quite a while. Young Fergus McCambridge. Referee wants words with somebody in on the Cushendall player. And the second player seems to have seen I think it's Shannon McKillop. Fergus McCambridge drops it in. And again pulled on and ends up in the back of the net. All 2-9 plays 2-15. Well, it puts a better complexion in the score as far as Cushendall is concerned, but really the game has been up this last 10 minutes. 2-9 plays 2-15. We've played 2 minutes of extra time. Bodies underneath the ball. The ball breaks to Fergus McCambridge, who's also done very well today. Throws it up, but he's blocked by the Dunloy players fighting manfully out there. Young Conal Conning tries to get the ball away, and again, referee says no, 2 men. And final whistle goes. Dunloy 2-15, Cushendall 2-9. But truth be told, Dunloy won it convincingly in the second half.